Hello and welcome one and all, the atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening, the skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin, a delight to have him on board.
Thanks for that, Peter, and may I say a big hello to everyone.
And nobody in this atmosphere can hide from the truth about how much this game matters. The scene overflows with colour and passion. The action has already started. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, Italy is the country of great defence.
Ah, he's given it away! Shot a goal! And it's a goal!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early. Brazil clearly executed that with considerable confidence. It only took seconds to score once the ball was recovered.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Maldini. Kaka. Adams cuts it out. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Out for a throw. Van der Vaart. Conte. Oh, that looks a cracking ball. He's found a way through. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him. You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Brazil have a free kick. Pullet is eyeing up his options in the middle. He's gone for goal! He's got a goal! Hot knife through butter, they have done it again!
Look, there just wasn't much of a gap to begin with, and to find it, I think it was a fine drive, and I don't think the keeper could have really planned for that. I think he's a bit unlucky in that instance.
Brazil are now luxuriating in a two-goal lead.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
And it's Ronaldinho. Cafu. Makaleli. Rummenigge. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising.
Rummenigge really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
That looks a good ball through. Shot could be on. Now the finish! And it's there! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. The breakaway clinical and clean, and the finish unerring.
That's just brilliant counter-attacking football, and as soon as possession was theirs, it triggered a move of devastating speed that was just too hot to handle.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
No doubt as to who has the momentum here now. The only doubt is how...
And the shot! Outstanding save to keep that out.
OK, it's come to nothing, but it's a warning of further threat on the break.
And we have our very first corner. And now they can spring out of defence. That's been cut out, well played. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. That is good alertness. Caceres, Van der Vaart. It's a good run down the left-hand side. No way through, so back it comes. It's loose here, and they'll want to reclaim it. And he's played it back. And here's Makalele. Gullit was only too happy to help out in defence.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Makalele. Oh, what a ball! It's Nedved! Well, that is remarkable.
Well, we were anticipating this. They're very much set up for the counter-attack, and I don't see it changing anytime soon.
Great ball if he can get there. Gullit gets through on his own. He's found big chance! He has done it! It is no contest. It is a landslide. A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it.
That's just clever. He made the keeper think he was going one way, only to outfox him by going the other. Very nice.
It's become a case of men against boys. Adams cuts out the pass. Now it's Ronaldinho. Rummenigge. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. And no, that was never going to make it. Conte. Defending was strong and firm, and he's picked out the run. Bastoni. It's a pretty loose pass. And that'll be the final action of the
fence. If they're in the face of the opposition that much, then there's little they can do in return, and I'm not sure how long they can keep the intensity and the tempo up, but it certainly paid off so far.
Brazil have continued without fuss to do their thing. They have impressed hugely in the first 45 minutes, and this is the very least they deserve for their splendid endeavours. Here we go again then.
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Cafu. And it's Makalele. And Bastoni. Adams. Bastoni. And it's Nedved. Maldini. Conte. Oh, that's well done, really robust. He's played him through. Now it's Van Basten. And the shot! No mistake! They are getting horribly bullied, and it seems there is plenty more to come.
It's a mass exodus now. Certain sections of the stadium are leaving in droves, and you can't blame them.
Brazil are at the peak of their powers. As for their opponents, a long way from that. The message is clear, none shall pass. Adams gets across to intercept that. Van Basten is being harried and hassled.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Cafu making good progress on the right-hand side. Nedved. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it.
Van Basten, well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Adams. Cafu. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. And he welcomes it in. Picked out brilliant. He's got the shot away! It's a goal! And look at his joy! Is this not why we love the game?
Look, all they want to hear right now is the final whistle. They've been humiliated.
Clinical, just clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
Oh, this has been an immense contribution from one player. He's been just about unplayable. The irresistible force today.
Bullet has been booked, just to confirm, for that earlier incident.
I just think it was a cheap foul to give away.
And it's played forward. Cafu carries the ball down the right. Stood up well to him there. Makaleli. Beckham. Nedved. And here's Beckham. Oh, he's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. Nedved looking to play it into the box. And there's not much doubt that this will be played into the penalty area. He's tried one! Oh, he's kept it out. That's a great save.
Well, if they hope to have any chance of turning this round, they have to abandon their shoot-on-sight policy. It's just not working.
Brilliantly cut out. And now a sudden chance to counter.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Has a go! He's put it wide.
Another example of how comfortable this team is on the break.
Brazil choosing to make the first change.
Camisa 9, camisa 22, camisa 23.
Van Nistelrooy.
Para a entrada de camisa 20.
Over to the left.
Camisa 10, camisa 15.
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. And it's Nedved. Rummenigge. And it's Nedved. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
That is a great pick out. Just the goalkeeper's a bit. There's the shot! Goal! How many? Just how many? The gulf in class is vast.
Yeah, it has become ugly for one, but the other is still delivering beauty.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Nice control. The muscular approach does pay off here.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
And he's managed to get free. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending and they got away with it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Now it's Ronaldinho. Van Nistelrooy. Van Nistelrooy! He scores! And so clear that one side are so much better. The scoreline entirely justified.
Well, I think we've reached the point when even damage limitations is no longer an option. And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Now this could be a chance. Hits one! They've scored! And it adds further to a heavily one-sided scoreline. This is getting punishing.
Well, it's a goal fest, and the fact it's so one-sided now is getting scary. Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Makaleli. And that will be it. So a real showpiece win. This lot was simply far too clever for their opponents, and despite their best endeavours, it has ended in an easy win.